Hello and welcome to this Week 13 edition of Big Game Bound. I'm Chris Hagan. Will it be a lucky 13 for your favorite team? Well, if I knew that, I'd be living in a penthouse in Vegas. Only two teams on a bye this week, the Cardinals and Panthers, so almost a full slate of games this week. The most headline-worthy game will take place down in Houston as the one-win Texans host the Browns. What's so special about this one? Well, how about the return of Deshaun Watson to the NFL? For more on this one, let's bring in our John Sable from over in Cleveland. John, it's the week that so many Browns fans have been waiting for, and of course, it has to take place down in Houston. What are these storylines over there as they get ready for this one?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's been 700 days since Deshaun Watson last played in a regular season football game at the end of that 2020 season. I can't believe it's already here. 8 months after the Browns made that trade, he'll make his debut Sunday down in Houston. And what a game for this matchup here, because if you think about it, the Browns coming off a big win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have momentum on their side, and Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played in forever, will probably have some rust on him, playing against his former team, who just happens to be the worst team in the NFL. If you wanted a game to play or an opponent to face, and you haven't played in almost 2 years, it has to be the Texans, because they are just struggling in all facets of the game.
How much access have you guys had to Watson? And if so, what's been his mentality? How do you think he'll approach this? Obviously, wanting to go out there and prove that he belongs, and of course, of all places to be, down there where his NFL career started.
Well, we've seen him practice. He returned to practice a few weeks ago, even though Jacoby Brissett was the starter. And as we, talked on Wednesday, he did not speak to the media on Wednesday. That's usually a time when Browns quarterbacks speak to the media, which was kind of a surprise. But he did practice that day. We got to see him. We did get a chance to talk to some of his teammates. And, there is a vibe in this locker room, a buzz, if you will, mainly because of you're getting an influx into a major talent in Deshaun Watson, a guy that has arguably one of the best completion percentages in football history, believe it or not, at almost 70%, who had a historic season in 2020, his last year with the Texans. And players that we spoke with this week are just raving about his accuracy, raving about his throwing. And there's an aspect of his game that we haven't seen here in Cleveland in a long time, besides his great skill set of throwing the ball. It's running the ball. He's a dual threat quarterback. The Browns haven't had someone like that here since Johnny Manziel, and that really wasn't much of a threat, if you will, for opponents. So he brings a lot to the table here on the skill set of things for this offense. And Nick Chubb, I spoke with, and he was just raved about his throwing the ball. He just throws the ball right where the receivers need it. I mean, everything is so accurate, a tight spiral. We saw it in training camp. We saw it in OTAs in June, and now we're going to finally get to see it here on Sunday.
Jacoby Brissett has made a career of filling in when needed, be it with the Patriots, the Colts, and now the Browns. Did he do enough to keep this team in the playoff discussion? And what are their realistic goals as they play out this string? Still, maybe within shouting distance of a wild card spot.
Yeah, and you can't even really count out the division, too, just a few games behind them as well, because the Browns still have the Ravens and the Bengals and the Steelers. I mean, they've already played half of their divisional games, and now 3 of the final 6 games for the Browns and Deshaun Watson will be against divisional opponents. Jacoby Brissett did an admirable job, and I think the reason the Browns lost 7 games weren't necessarily on him. They were on the defense and how poor and inconsistent they played and some of the lapses that they have, and they continue to have. Jacoby Brissett always said the right thing. He is well respected in that locker room. They rave about his leadership abilities. I mean, he had arguably his best game of the season last week against the Buccaneers, and what a way to go out as the starter, leading them to an overtime win against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. So I think everyone likes Jacoby Brissett, and he did a great job. I think if someone were to tell you, hey, we're 4-7 when Deshaun comes back, they'd be a little disappointed. But here in Cleveland, we always know about the quarterback position, how this has been the place where quarterbacks struggle or quarterbacks go to die, so to speak, right? Jacoby Brissett actually played fairly well during that stretch, even though the record doesn't indicate that. But again, that's not on him. That's mostly on the defense and also their special teams errors.
All right, John. Well, the whole league will be watching to see how this plays out down in Houston. And by the way, could you let the coaching staff know I need more catches out of the backfield from Nick Chubb and some goal line touches? He's a huge part of my fantasy team.
You know what? You're not the only one. He's on my fantasy team too, as well as Kareem Hunt. We need both of those guys having a balanced attack. And you bring up a great point. We'll see if Deshaun can get both of those guys involved as well in the red zone. Should be a fun and interesting game down in Houston.
All right, John, thanks for the time. We will chat again soon.
Thank you.
The week starts as usual with Thursday Night Football, a divisional matchup between the Bills and Patriots. Every team in the AFC East above the 500 mark. Here's our Maury Hirschgordon with more on the Pats.
Well, after 2 weeks inside the playoff picture, the Thanksgiving loss to the Vikings has the Patriots on the outside looking in ahead of their Thursday night matchup, the first meeting of the regular season with the AFC East rival Buffalo Bills. It's a chance for the Patriots to make up some ground if they want to reach the postseason. It comes against a team ranked second in the league in scoring and fifth in defense. The Patriots were out on the field a few times this week. They had a walkthrough yesterday to put the final touches on their game plan before it's go time tonight.
Went out there and basically got our face kicked in. So you definitely think about that, but you don't harp on that.
Got one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best offenses. They do so much. They can attack you in a variety of ways. We got our work cut out of it, but we're a good team as well.
Every team in our division is really good. Everybody pretty much has a winning record. So we understand what's in front of us, but we feel like we still got a chance to control our destiny if we keep winning and playing good football.
And a few notes, the Patriots will be without running back Damian Harris. On the other side, the Bills will not have offensive lineman Dion Dawkins and linebacker Von Miller. Buffalo has won 4 of the last 5 meetings. Kickoff is shortly after 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. For Big Game Bound, I'm Maury Hirschgordon. Guys, back to you.
Hey, thanks, Maury. 8 games in the 1 o'clock Eastern window on Sunday, including the Steelers at the Falcons. Both teams clinging to fading playoff hopes. The 4-8 Packers visit the Bears in Chicago. 2 teams making positive strides this season meet in Detroit. That's the Jaguars and Lions. The 7-4 Jets invade Minnesota to face the 9-2 Vikings. The surging Commanders with a division tussle against the Giants. And the lowly Broncos visit the Ravens over in Baltimore. A good one in Philly as division leaders clash. The hard-nosed Titans trying to slow down the 10-1 Eagles. Here's our Corey Curtis in the Music City.
All right, a year ago, this guy was a fan favorite at Nissan Stadium. Talking, of course, about A.J. Brown. Now, he was the receiver this organization pined for years. Contract talks went south last spring, and suddenly A.J. Brown was a Philadelphia Eagle. I mean, what's going on? It could have ended there, but Brown has taken a few shots at the Titans since then, and his obvious absence in the Titans' offense is impossible to ignore. How does Mike Vrabel make this game not all about A.J. Brown?
This best team in the National Football League, ran for 360 yards. Just beat plenty of challenges. It's a good football team on the road.
It's going to be awesome. Obviously, AJ's my guy. I'm happy he's having success in Philadelphia. I know he's going to be amped up during the game, and I'm going back to my hometown, so that's going to be more about the thing for me.
All right, Brown's having a big year already, over 50 catches and 800 yards. Treylon Burks was drafted to replace him and has come on the last 2 weeks. The rest of the Titans receivers you see basically equal to one A.J. Brown. Now, we'll also be watching Twitter this week. Since he was traded, Brown has been really infamous for tweeting and then deleting when it goes south about the Titans. Should be a fun week.
Hey, thanks, Corey. In the 4 o'clock Eastern window, the 6-5 Seahawks visit the surprisingly bad Rams, the reigning Super Bowl champs, just 3-8 on the season. A good one in Northern California between 2 red-hot teams, the Dolphins and 49ers. Miami on a 5-game winning streak, San Fran with dubs in 4 straight. And out in Vegas, it's the Chargers and Raiders. And that brings us to a look at our marquee matchup this week. 2 Super Bowl contenders squaring off in Cincinnati. In fact, the Bengals and Chiefs responsible for the past 3 AFC championships. For more on this one, here's our Harold Kuntz in KC.
You do not need to tell the Kansas City Chiefs that they're plenty motivated for this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Not only did they lose their regular season game in Cincinnati, they knocked them out of the playoffs here at Arrowhead last year.
Chris said, I missed a sack. Bolton said he had 2 interceptions that he dropped. I look in the mirror and I go, there are some calls I would have liked to have had back. I mean, so everybody has that. As long as they're willing to admit it, you have a chance to get better.
I mean, it was a driving force for this offseason. You know, you always can look back and push yourself to do something better, and it was definitely a driving force of a lot of plays I left on the field that I think could have sealed the game.
Anytime that someone beats you the year before, you want to beat them, especially in a game like they beat us in to go to the Super Bowl. And we understand it's a great football team that's playing great football right now. So we'll go out there and put our best effort forward and try to play our best football. I was really good in the first half of my fundamentals, and as the game kind of we weren't having success as an offense, my fundamentals got worse and worse. And so just whenever you get in those situations, just trying to get back to that.
So the secondary for the Chiefs, very new, and they'll have to deal with Jamar Chase, who looks to return back from injury for the Bengals. Here outside of Arrowhead, Harold Kuntz.
On Sunday Night Football, viewer discretion is advised. The Cowboys, an 11-point favorite over the visiting Colts. Indy averaging less than 16 points per game. That's 30th in the NFL. And on Monday Night Football, first place on the line in the NFC South. That's not saying much. The only division where all 4 teams have losing records. The Buccaneers on top at 5-6. They'll host the 4-8 Saints. And now for the most profitable part of the show, it's Peyton's Picks with our guy in Chi-Town, the son of sweetness, Jared Payton. He gave you a holiday gift last week, 3-0. Now he's 26-10 on the season. JP, you are 16 games above 500. Those are Hall of Fame type numbers.
You know, I'm looking to go into the Hall of Fame with these picks right now. See, Chris, I'm telling you right now, it's been rough. Every single week I'm biting my nails trying to figure out how to get these picks for the people. Let's do it again this week, man.
I know you get nervous during the games. You'll say, Matt, I don't know, but hey, you know, that's because you care. That's because you care. Let's see how much you care this week. We've got the Bills at the Patriots. Playoff implications perhaps in this one.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Chris. You look at this matchup, and we'll start with the Bills. We know who the Bills are, especially over the last few weeks. Yes, they've had their issues here and there, but offensively, Josh Allen and company, I still think a really good offense that can move the ball up and down the field. The issue that I have in this game, it comes down to the Patriots. We know their defense has kind of been the rock, but last week they had their little issue there with the Vikings. I think they fall into that same similar situation this week, going up against a really good wide receiver like Justin Jefferson. They have Stephon Diggs this week. I think it's a little bit too much for them to slow down the Bills and company and Josh Allen, and I think they come away with the win. Even though not having Von Miller, I still think they find a way to be able to get after the quarterback. I think the Bills, they get the dub.
All right, now 2 teams in the NFC East, perhaps in the preseason. Nobody talking much about these squads, but how about the Commanders and Giants? Both of them looking good and perhaps postseason bound as well.
Yeah, Chris, both teams, if you ended the season right now, would be in the postseason. And Riverboat Ron is my guy. He's got Chi-Town ties, so I love what he's doing with this Commanders squad. They've won 6 of the last 7, 3 straight. And to me, both of these teams mirror each other the way that they're getting it done, right? They both can run the ball on the ground, and they find a way to be able to get it done here and there. Saquon Barkley, over the last few weeks, I've said, you know, picking the Giants, saying I think he's going to have that big-time game. He hasn't. But you look at Brian Robinson on the flip side for the Commanders. He's been not only their ground game and getting that thing going, he's also been their inspirational leader as well and their motivation. I'm going to go with the team that's playing the better defense right now. To me, that's the Commanders, and I think they find a way to be able to get it done. Kind of a close one, but the Commanders, they get the dub.
All right, this one here, you talk about some Super Bowl contenders. In fact, the past 3 AFC representatives in the big game have been the Chiefs and the Bengals, and now they're going at it again over in Cincinnati. This is a tough pick for you, my friend.
Chris, why did you have to give me this game, man? You know how tough this is, and you know my love for quarterbacks. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, who's got not only the good hair, but also is playing the best in the league right now at the quarterback position, and then Joe Burrow's not too far away from him as well. He's getting Jamar Chase back. You know what they can do. Their ground and pound game is good as well. They can air it out, but I think this is a tough one, though, Chris. You go back to Patrick Mahomes and the offense and the way that they're getting it done right now. Patrick Mahomes is spreading the ball around to the guys all through the offense. Travis Kelce is there. You know what he brings, that matchup problem. I think he's too hard to handle. I think this is a close one. And even though the Bengals and Joe Burrow have had KC's number since Joe Burrow came into the league, I think this is going to be a close one. But Kansas City gets the dub.
All right, stop the presses here. We have history being made on Peyton's picks. For the first time ever, you are going with 3 road squads. That is crazy in the NFL. I don't know if you're going to pull off the 3-0 like you did last week, JP, but that's why they play the games. We will find out, and we'll talk about it again next week.
See you, Chris. As always, I love talking to you. Let's do it again next week.
JP always has something to say, as do the coaches and players across the league. Let's take a listen to who said what on this week's Open Mic.
This is a business, and there's a lot of us kind of older guys who play a decent amount, who they might want to see some younger guys play. So, hopefully we don't have to have that conversation. But if that conversation comes up, I'll approach that with an open mind.
I mean, it's week 12 right now. So, there's a few people in this league that are quote unquote 100%.
I didn't know him at all. Kubiak stuck me with him, put him in my office. And that's how it starts.
Maybe he felt bad for me, or maybe he recognized that I was listening. Either way, it was a great working relationship.
I don't think I could be stopped, if I'm being honest. I'm out there playing football, playing my game. So when I'm in a rhythm, in the role, and I'm just playing, the timing is there, and I'm just playing football.
I'll put our guys up against anybody. Now, those guys are freaking good now. And it's going to be a great challenge, but like I said, I think it's a challenge that our guys are excited for.
There's always noise, especially when things aren't going the way that you want it to all the time. And so the thing is that you don't bat an eye. You know that my biggest goal every day is to continue to try to lead at the highest level.
I played with Miles in college, so I know firsthand how good he is, and he's only gotten better since then.
If you could speak to Miles Garrett, what would you tell him now?
Be nice to me.
And that will do it for our Week 13 show. For Jared Payton and executive producer Phil Nardiello, I'm Chris Hagan. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you next time on Big Game Bound.